At the time, I was working and I just started a new job out of residency at the Children's Hospital of Eastern Ontario in Ottawa. And I was asked to sort of pioneer a new program called the Day Evening Treatment Program, which was a partial hospitalization program, sort of like an alternative to being inpatient or direct admission from emergency or a step down from inpatient, but it was 100% adolescents in this program. This was in the early 90s, like around 1993, 94. So we had a very small team, which was great. We worked very closely together, and we had lots of interesting kids coming through as we got this program up and running. Needless to say, this was before the internet, so a completely different era in some ways. But nonetheless, kids and adolescents were still in many ways, the same. So self-injury was something that was becoming a more prominent issue at that time. And we would sit down, we would do a number of groups during the day, and in the evening we'd sit down and our team members would debrief and discuss. And I came to the understanding that we all had a high level of caring about these youth and the issues they were experiencing. But we all tended to have an opinion or an impression of what might be the cause of their self-injury. And I thought, well, this is fascinating because we were using some assessment tools for these kids to assess other aspects like mental health issues like mood and anxiety and things like that. And at that point, I thought, why don't we go in and ask like a sort of a structured interview around the self-injury behavior? So we basically received a pile of questions in this regard and then modified it somewhat. And then this eventually morphed into the Ottawa Self-Injury Inventory. We did a small publication back 2002. I say small because it was done with an elected medical student with no budget, and just simply asked the inpatients and the kids in the partial hospitalization in a structured interview about issues around frequency, severity, and functions. And I guess what I really wanted to do was develop a questionnaire that asked not just what, but also how much and why.